All right, shalom, shalom. First things first, I'm going to give our honor and praise into Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Akaradash. We say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Ba'ashem Akaradash. We give double honors to our apostle elders, which are the apostle elders, the great millstone, and to you, hopeful elect on the four corners of the planet Earth that's pushing, that's fighting, that's hoping for the goal of salvation. We're in the time of the end. Yahbashim Yahushai is doing a great work in the year 2021, which is hastening to come in Yahbashim Yahushai. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up and bear with me. Lord willing, all the live stream goes good today. At the end of the day, we almost done with the old YouTube, man. You know, that's why these people should have got the getting when the getting was good. All right, now it's becoming readily available. They're clipping channels. They're pretty much cleaning up because the truth is hurting, man. That's how you know your enemy's hurt when they start playing. They play unfair. You know, so if your enemy goes head up with you, that means he's not a fair anymore. They're pretty much cleaning up. Hold on. It's hurting, man. That's how you know your enemy's hurt because he's not going fair anymore. Because if it's fair, let the two, like it says, what Yahbashim Shah say, let the two grow together, man. He don't want to let this truth grow together, man. So as you see on this, the title of the lesson today is we do the talking, they will do the walking. All right. This is just touching on the basis of what's going on with, guys getting arrested in camp. And we actually just dealt with this yesterday. We dealt with a situation where things could have got out of hand pretty quickly, and it was funny because, brothers was talking about the situation that happened, and then the Lord sort of brought it up in a way that we had to deal with it. So at the end of the day, we're not out there to do anything but push the words Yahbashim Yahushai, man. All right, for those that do go out to camp and hold camp and hold post, you know exactly what goes on, man. All right, the demons they come in different shapes, forms, and fashions. So you just like they can come in the look of Esau, or they can come in the look of a normal person. You know what I'm saying? Or come in a different fashions to get this truth to be looked upon, man. Because these are not our words. All right. It's just like if you present a book and you read somebody's book, you don't go read the book and add words to that book or do things to add your own pizzazz to that book. You can read it in a different way that you read it in your energy, but you have to stick to the script. Okay. The Lord sent us out here as doves and sheep. All right. He's not sending us out here to go out and be tough guys because he's the toughest. Trust and believe Yahbashim Yahushua is the toughest guy around, man, or the toughest powers around. And when they go do work, they're going to do work. They're going to do work and then they're going to complete the job, man. All right. Our job is to go out here and simply push the words Yahbashim Yahushua and glorify him through our weakness. It says we are weak, but he is strong. Okay. But you got guys that come in and want to do the tough guy thing. You weren't tough in the world, but then you want to come in the truth and try to be tough. It's not about that. And I say it because I always internalize before I externalize. We had to deal with this yesterday. All right, a little small. What was going on? Somebody was being highly aggressive, and highly aggressive was and we were all in our rights to do something. But me and the brother was talking. What would that have done to the truth? How would that have made the words of Yahbashim Yahushua look? Because everybody around us would have seen us being like, oh, those are just niggas in garments. They're just violent dudes. They would have summed us and lumped us up, even though they might not have seen the whole thing, what was going on. They would have lumped us up and said, oh, they just fighting, oh, disrespectful. That would have made the word of the Lord look different. But through us doing, us maintaining and holding that, people came up and said, hey, man, you guys, held a lot of restraint, and made it a point to talk to us about it, and we said to ourselves, hey, call Lord Yahbashim Yahushua, because that it made the word of the Lord look even better, because we dealt with it. So I'm just touching on the basis of when we out there, we're to walk the walk, and then the Lord will talk the talk. Okay, we're talking the talk. The Lord's gonna walk it in a minute. Okay, so let's just go into precepts, and I'm gonna back that up with just a few precepts to show the spirit we should be in, man, because we actually need to take these L's. Okay, Okay, because the Lord is holding still. He's the creator of all this, and He's holding His still and holding He's holding everything back. You don't think He wants to get down? Yahweh Shah says the day of vengeance burns in His heart. Okay, so He wants to get down as much as anybody, but He has to wait on the Father. So what are we down here going out of pocket for? All right, and just like when Yahweh Shah was on the scene, Yahweh Shah actually had spiritual power. Yahweh Shah was able to deliver himself. What did he say to Caesar? He said, look, my father will give me legions of angels and I'll take you out. But Yahweh Shah knew. So imagine the guys you see today that's getting arrested by cops, and you think they would have refrained themselves? No. That's why Yahweh Shah is a cut above the rest, man. Okay? This is Matthew 10 and 16. Behold, I send you forth. See that? That's what the Father said. I send you forth. So we didn't wake ourselves up. We didn't decide to go out to the highways and the byways. We didn't decide to make garments and go out there and stand with staffs. And, come on, man. The Father set us up. He said, I will send you. So this is the Father's program, man. He's saying, I will send you out there. So that's how we got to be in. We can't be in our own spirit because we wouldn't wake ourselves up. We would still be niggas in the world eating pork and committing adultery, man, if it wasn't for the Father's grace. That's what you always got to remember, man. That's why the prophets, when they seen the Heavenly Father, said, I'm a man of uncleanness. I dwell among people of uncleanness. The prophets knew what they was. They didn't hide, in fact, what they was, And it says, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. And the wolves is what? Our people, our own Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. And then the part of the story I'm going to tell you guys, which is funny, how we knew it was spiritual, because, hey, shalom to you brothers on the comment board. Yabashim Yashab Rakatham, Bashim Karpadash. And we're going to tell you it was spiritual because at camp, after we got done, holding our peace, and we didn't do anything, a little Latino lady came by. She had a guy with her. And she was looking at the dude and then looking at us, and she came up to us and she was like, this was y'all test. She actually came up and told us that. She came up and she said, this was a test for you guys, and pointed to both of us and, and left. They got done talking and she told the other guy, you just need to smile, and pretty much, but then she came to us and was like, this was y'all test. And she didn't even see the whole thing. She only seen a small bit of it. That's to show you that things matter, man. Even in this truth and this walk, the most extremist of this walk is being on the highways and byways. That's where you got to be the most cautious because you're in the public eye, man. You're in the agora. You're in the marketplace. You're with many different people that are watching this truth and watching you. They don't see Yah Bashim Yashai, they see you. So they can only judge you. So if you keep a cut above the rest that normal men wouldn't do, you're giving glory and honor to the Father because they'll see that as damn. I would have punched that guy or I would have fought. They like shit. Why didn't they? Why didn't they be a violent black guy like we used to? Now that made the respect factor go up. So that's why if a cop comes up to you, you don't act like a nigga, man. What does that benefit? You lumped yourself into just another nigga getting arrested. They might have not known you might have got arrested for a so-called righteous cause. They don't care. They're just gonna say you got arrested. That's it. Point blank. Period. They put your mug shot up on the case net. What they gonna say? Man arrested. They weren't gonna say man arrested for preaching the truth of this guy named Yah Bashim Yashai. He was trying to know. It's just gonna say mug shot arrested. So why even put yourself in that predicament, man? To make the words of the Lord to be looked at in any way, man. All right. But the lady came up to us and told us, she said, this was y'all test. That's why it says men's goings of the Lord. So why'd that lady say that to us? And we said it to ourselves in the precepts already. So that was a confirmation, man. So always hold yourself, even in this truth. When you go out in your walk, in your time, act in the ways of Yah Bashim Yashai, because this world takes notice to that. See? And then look at the word for I, ego. That's where you get egotistical. The word there for I is ego. Let me let this load, and I'm going to go into it. So always just think about that, man. And it forced us to think about it, because I talked about the situation, and then the Lord brought it to where I had to deal with it. And I say, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushua, where we dealt with it accordingly. We didn't, go out of pocket, because that could have made a lot of things. It says, I, me, my. So it's a possessive. The Father saying, I will send you out. Okay? Ego, send you. It says, send you forth. And that's what? Apostles. That's what you see right here. So us being hopeful apostles, and we got our apostles that it was sent forth and gave us the truth also, is we're doing that. We're trying to stay on that type of level because we are sent away hidden, man. And the word there for sheep is probato. Probato, even, and that's funny, it says probato, where you get probation. Probation, sheep. I mean, I'm not saying that's it, but it's funny, it sounds like probation. It says any four-footed tame animal, custom, graze, small cattle, sheep. So always, most commonly a sheep or a goat. Okay. So he sent, and goats aren't tough animals. They might be tough amongst themselves. And the funny thing is, now that I think about it, oh my goodness, call Haloim Yabashim Yashai, because the day right before I went to camp, I seen a herd of goats. Like I sit there, they had baby goats. The spirit had me go around these goats because I was in one of these little sideways like country towns, man, and there were goats out there. So I seen goats right before camp. I didn't even think about it, man. So it's spiritual. So he sent us forth as sheep, right? Let's keep going. And it says, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. So don't go out there and try to be your own bad guy, because we're not tough, man. Esau's the tough right now. The Lord is going to have to be tougher than him. All right, Esau's got space weapons, man. He's got lasers. He's got thermobaric bombs. He's got things that'll destroy you, man. And you can't go head to head with this man. The man will destroy you instantly. He'll send a warthog. A warthog is a machine gun jet that will machine gun your whole neighborhood. He can unleash that if he really wanted to. But the Lord is stopping his hand. If he wanted to get at you, Jake, he'll get at you. So what is the purpose of acting prideful? You can't go head up with the man. Okay, you can't fight with the man. If he really wanted you, he'll take you, man. But the Lord, Yahbashim Yahshai, is the one that's protecting you. It says, but beware of men. See? Beware of men. That's what you got to think. No matter how they come in the form of a cop, the form of a scoffer, beware of them. What does the word beware mean? Watch. Scopeo. Okay, the word there is prositio. So you got to beware of men when you out there, man, and in your daily walk, because that's how they're going to come. That's how they're going to come to try to deliver you up. It ain't going to be no mystical demon get you hemmed up. It's going to be a man that a spirit is on that forces you to what? Act on the level of a man. It says to bring near, to bring, to ship, to land, to simply, or simply to touch at, put in, to turn, to mind to. It says to be attentive. So you got to watch people. You got to watch things, because that's how they're going to come. Always consider the Lord before every action, especially when you're dealing with another person. That's why you have to treat a brother as what? As yourself. That's also too, you being attentive to your brother, you being attentive to yourself. All right, not to let the world take over and you be, oh yeah, I'm not moving from my spot. That right there is not, hey, it says wipe the dust off your feet and move to another place, man. The Lord might have sent that for you to go ahead and go to another spot to find some more sheep. But you come in your mindset that I'm going to stay at one spot, or I'm going to do this is my spot. None of this is ours, man. Esau owns all of this, man. We're not here to be the knockaround guys. It says a personal thing to carry on, providing for, to attend to oneself, i.e., to give heed to oneself, to give attention. So always pay attention out here, man, and to pay attention to yourself, because the spirits are out here. They're going to intensify, man. It says, but beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the council. And the guy yesterday he was a runner, man. He actually got into it. And long story short, it was an altercation, and the guy was running, so he wasn't built for it. He was just out there as a landmine for you to act upon, and he wasn't really tough. And it says, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And what's a form of scourging? Fines, community service. You got to go into slavery, man. You go commit a crime against Esau, he'll put you into slavery. That's what community service is. You got to be put into slavery. So why even put yourself out there in the position to be there? That's why it says we will walk, we will talk, and the Lord and they will walk it, man. That's what we got to put ourselves. And this lesson only comes from a personal, experience, and I hope those can learn from it, man. All right. I hope those that hear it can learn and know that, look, we ain't out there to be that guy. We're out there to be sheep and lambs to the slaughter for real, man. That's why Romans 12:1 says, present thy bodies as a living sacrifice. This is Jeremiah 16 and verse 16. Behold, Salaki. Jeremiah 16 and 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers. And that's what the Lord is doing now. That's why we're fishing the people. We're giving the people the bait. We're giving people the real bait, which is the truth, man. It says, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they will hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. So that time of hunting is going to be. We just got to, everything must be done decently and in order. So we're not going out there to do it now. We're in the fishing part of this thing. When the Lord wants us to go out there and fish and earn glory, man, there's a glorious thing to know you didn't attack when you held your peace, man. That takes restraint, just like a martial artist. They say a black belt, you ain't supposed to use your hand because your hands are classified as dangerous weapons. So what do you look like going out there and beating up somebody? Because then you will use the weapon, which was your hands. The Lord is going to classify us as dangerous weapons here in a moment, man. This is 1 Peter 2:5. Ye also are lively stones, are built up a spiritual house and a holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to Yahweh, the power by Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Wherefore also it is contained in the scriptures, behold, I will lay in Zion a chief cornerstone, elect, precious. And it says, and he that believeth on him shall not be confounded. So that's all we got to lean on. We got to lean on Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Yahweh Shah is that cornerstone. What did he do? He had ability to deliver himself and did not. He had spiritual power. He could disappear, reappear. He did not leave that cross. He stayed on that cross. He stayed on that path. No matter if it was hard, no matter if it was tough, he stayed on it. He kept that path, even though he had the ability to go off of that path. How much more us today? That's why the Lord made us go out here with no spiritual power. The word is all we have. That's the greatest power we have. That's the chief power we're using right now. That's why it says these words cut through the bone marrow. All right, dividing asunder, man. This word is our Gatling gun, man. And we shoot at these people with precepts, man. And they can't battle with that. No man has been able to. This truth is not taking an L, man. Everything that has come against with these scoffers from the great doctrine, from this, all has been answered, man. And predominantly through the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. They have defended the gospel to a T, man. There's no losses. I haven't seen no losses. Look at all these guys that came against the word. Where are they at now? I can name a name. Avengers, Haitian priests. All these other groups have come against the apostles and elders. And where are they at now, man? They barely ain't even pushing the word, man. It says, unto you, therefore, which believe, he is precious. And that's why Yahweh Shah's message and his way he conducted himself is precious. Not just himself, he is precious, but he showed us how to be precious. Love thy brother. Teach the word. Push the word. All right? Be instant, in season and out of season. All right? He left us a blueprint how to be like himself, man. It says, but unto them which is disobedient, the stone which the builders disannul, the same is made the head of the corner. All right, Yahweh Shah is the chief of us. He's the firstborn of death, man. So he's the one that's setting the tone of how we should conduct ourselves, man. But you go out of that guideline, you going off, man. You're going off. So with this lesson is the main thing. We do the talking, and the Lord is going to do the walking, man. He's going to walk this walk. He's going to show the world when he judges it what not to do and why he's going to judge it. We going to know. This is Philippians 4 and verse 8. Let's go now. Philippians 4 and verse 8. And it reads, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, and whatsoever things are lovely. Because love is the only true thing, man. All right? The fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushua and the love that we have out here is the realest things to stay to. Whatsoever things are good rapport, if there be any virtue and if there be any praise, think on these things. Not where did it say fight? Where did it say hold thy own post, make thyself not a punk? They say none of those things. It says what things are lovely, what things are good of a report. If they be virtue, if they be of praise, it should be these things. How you loved your brother. It wasn't how much fights you got into, how many scoffers you bodied. You know, come on, no. It's how did you love? How did you push the word outside? How was you kind to your neighbor, man? Those are the things that matter the most. And those are the things that we're going to be measured by, man. Not how tough we was and how hard we punched somebody on the street. Which I get, you got to defend yourself sometimes, but you don't want it to get there, you know, and to make the words of the Lord look any type of way. Because these are not our words. We don't deserve this truth, man. I don't know if anybody told you, but we don't deserve this truth we have. We threw it off, man. All right, this is Isaiah 2 and 21. It says to go into the cliffs of the rocks and into the tops of the rigid rocks. Hey, that's a bar. Go into the clefts of the rocks, go into the tops of the rigid rocks for the fear of the Lord and for the glory of his majesty when he arrives to shake terribly the earth. So when the Lord comes, he ain't just gonna knock a dude's head off. He gonna shake the whole earth, man. You can't shake the earth. You don't got the power to do that. You're a worm, man. So what's the point of being a rah-rah guy? Cease ye from man. Cease ye from man whose breath is in his nostrils. For wherein is he to be accounted of? So what are you worried about, man? The Most High gonna shake the earth. The earth is getting ready to feel the Lord's vengeance, man. And it's for our blood. First and foremost, the blood of Yahushua and the blood of the martyrs, the blood of the Lord's chosen. He gonna revenge all of that, man. We over here tripping off what Esau calling us today. You don't know the blood, the alligator bait, all that gotta be answered for, man. All those things gotta come and ante up. This is Hosea 10 and verse 10. Hosea 10 and 10. It says, it is Salakia, it is my desire that I should chastise them, and the people shall be gathered against them. It says, and they shall bind themselves in their two furrows. And this is talking about the Lord judging Israel, man. It says that Ephraim is as the heifer that is taught and loveth to tread out the corn. But I pass over upon her fair neck, and I make Ephraim to ride. Judah shall plow, and Jacob shall break up the clods. So it says, sow to yourselves in righteousness, reap in mercy. This is what we're doing. This is what we planted. We're not out here to plant our own image. We're out here to believe on the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua and follow it to the best of our abilities. That's how we sow righteousness. And we're going to reap mercy, man. Mercy is going to be in a time where the Lord starts shaking the earth, and we need help, man. Ain't nobody going to be out here to save you besides Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You're going to need spiritual help, man, to be able to make it through this. That's how bad it's going to be. And these people walking around like it's going to be another day. It says the earth is going to shake to and fro. The sun's going to be blotted out. Death is going to come, man. It says reap in mercy. Break up your fallow ground, man. That's your old ways. That's your old BS, man. You know, the tough guy. We're not tough, man. I don't care how much you train in fighting. You're not as tough as Esau right now, man. He's in his power seat. It says, for it is the time to seek the Lord. not your own righteousness. And then I say it for myself also, you know, and I learned that yesterday. You know, we gotta take an L, man. We gotta take an L and internalize it because one, we're paying for sins, and then two, we're being what? Romans 12:1. You're presenting your body as that living sacrifice, man. And it's not for you to be a tough guy, and that's going against the world's criteria. The tougher you are, the more you so-called know. It's not like that. Because the Father says he is a power that hides himself. The Lord is waiting, man. He's waiting in the wings right now. It says, for it is the time to seek the Lord. So he come and rain righteousness upon you. So we seek the Lord now until he's going, man, just like rain. You see a hard rain storm, every bit of it is soaked. Every bit of the ground is soaked. So all Israel is going to be poured out righteousness, man. All right. So Lord willing, this is edifying. With that, I'm gonna leave it there and just say, hey, to those that do deal with the highways and byways and the hedges, always remember, man, we seeking the Lord's face. We're not seeking our own righteousness. We're not seeking something to make ourselves feel good. You know, we're not doing that. We're not in that time, man. Hey, pleasures evermore is coming. We got things that aren't even been heard about on the planet Earth coming to Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. So until that time, we hold our peace and we make Yahweh Shem Yahushua glorified in our bodies, man. You know, and sometimes it might be violent and it might seem off, but it's to purify us, man. This fire is to purify us, not to hurt us, man. Our Heavenly Father loves us beyond you can imagine. He said he keeps us as the apple of his eye because he's training us to be gods, man. We're not learning to be average guys. We're learning to be gods, man. Gods on the planet Earth. So with that, I want to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Karkadash. We say Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Bashem Karkadash. Until the next time, Lord willing, this is edifying. Keep faith, keep fighting, keep pushing towards that goal, man. We almost there. Shalom.